This year, the Rams were one of 4 teams to beat the Bucs during Tampa Bay's championship season. LA now looks to challenge the throne. Next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an
And
interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On play action, it's Brady. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That was a safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to, and if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are on the board first on the road here in L.A. But for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Jackson now to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Quarterback Matthew Stafford bringing out the L.A. offense. And Stafford, of course, all those years in Detroit, and now in his first season with Los Angeles.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
On 1st down, Stafford here. 7 yards, the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Brady going to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Defensively here, Charles, I'd have to imagine coming up with a game plan to stop Tom Brady. Many have tried. Few have succeeded. What do you see as their best course of action?
Well, besides stating the obvious, which is having great guys who can cover, and we know how difficult that is in the NFL, I say it's inside pressure. The guy's up the middle in his face because he's not the type of athlete who can get out to the perimeter and hurt you. He likes to step up in the pocket and throw downfield. If you have a couple of good pass rushers right in his face, right in his grill, that's your best chance to slow him down.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Yes, sir. Leonard Fournette has a well-deserved reputation as a physical, powerful runner. He's going to drop a shoulder and run over people time and time again. I think he uses it to his advantage, though. How about that last run? Set him up, looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there in his wake. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Succop's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Stafford.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looking again in the direction of Woods, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff, Henderson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Succop for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that 2nd drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford, and Woods has it complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Well, and CD, we have certainly seen this guy make some magic with the ball in his hands. He was top 10 in the NFL last year in yards after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
Henderson will score. Touchdown, L.A. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all polished off by Darrell Henderson's touchdown run. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This is caught by Antonio Brown. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's a good catch there for a first down by Antonio Brown. And in his career, at one point, he had 6 straight seasons over 100 catches. Not putting up those types of numbers now, but continues to be a favorite of Tom Brady, who recruited him originally to New England and most recently to Tampa.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the interception, here's Stafford. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
That's caught by Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. Final shot before half for Brady. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DJ Moore, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Keelan Cole, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Matt Ryan, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. A give for Henderson running to the right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. He's brought down by Terrell Burgess.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Shoves him aside, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
7 yards, the pickup there.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Jones.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point put through by Suckup. And the lead now up to 14.
Bradley Pinion with a kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. L.A. set to take over again on offense.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Ndamukong Suh, he's the one to get him this time at back-to-back sacks, brings up 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, it's Jones. And some room to maneuver. Try, tip, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Bucs are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Let's go.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
On first down, Stafford here. That's taken in by Henderson. That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
From the 27, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. And this is caught. It's a touchdown. Oh, there's a flag down. They're already walking this one back. This one's not going to stand. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
To the air again, Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. Open space inside the 10. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He stiff arms him.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Here's Jones again on second down.
He gets away from one, and he's taken down inside the 30. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On second down now. It's Jones, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The give is to Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but yeah, you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Bucs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.